Okay, we have color. This is another George O'Keeffe, one of my favorites. She just basically filled up her canvas here with color. We're not even sure what we're looking at. So we know that she really enjoyed playing with color in this painting. So color can be lots of things. You can use color theory in your artworks. You can use the color wheel. But I think for this, I think I'm just going to have you focus on a couple things. Let's focus on the primary colors, which you probably all know, which would be red, yellow, and blue. And like I said, I'm hoping this is a review for most of you, that you've seen this before, and it's just, you're just thinking, oh yeah, I remember that. That's what I'm hoping you're thinking as we do this together. The other one is secondary, so orange, purple, and green. So that'd be a secondary color scheme. So a scheme of colors are colors that can be combined for different reasons, and they create different feelings. And there's a whole bunch more, but just kind of remember, you can divide primary colors. If you have these three, you can make secondary colors, and from primary and secondary colors, you can make a whole bunch of colors. So you got to have these three first, those primary colors. Okay, next one is texture. The example I've pulled out for this one is implied texture. So this isn't something you could walk up and touch. This is an actual painting, but the artist gave you clues on how things would feel if you could actually pick them up. So we can tell just by the way he painted this, the texture on this, that it's glass. We can tell right here that this platter is smooth and probably metal. We can tell that that's a lemon and that it's peeled, and you can see the texture on the skin. We know how that feels from our experience with it. We also have cloth. You can see how it is folded, and from our experience with fabric, we know that that's fabric. So the artist is painting things certain ways to create that feeling that you know how that thing would feel if you could touch it. And that's what we call texture in an artwork. So we're going to do just some simple texture here to help you remember that. So something that I think is pretty simple to kind of create a texture on is a cactus. So if I have a cactus, we know that it's prickly. So it needs to have all these little prickles on it. So that would be one example of adding a texture to a drawing. If you wanted to have grass, you would repeat lines to kind of create a sort of grassy feeling. Okay? So texture is all about creating that feeling that you kind of know what that object is going to feel like. Okay, so we're going to have fun here. This is a little teddy bear, and we're trying to make him look more fuzzy. Okay, we're going to put some, just by repeating and using a dashed line, I'm going to make him feel more fuzzy. Okay, so a simple little teddy bear. But anything that where you're trying to add texture to something, just by repeating shapes or dots or lines, you're going to create some sort of texture on your work. Okay, so that's texture. How things look like they feel. Okay, our last one is space. So when we're looking at an artwork, this is by Albert Bairdstad, and this is Yosemite Valley. This is one of my favorites. You can tell it's been all bent up here over the years. But you can tell there's space in this artwork because he gives you the illusion that if you were to walk into the scene, you could keep walking back into those mountains. And there's lots of tricks that artists use to do that. I'm not going to get into all of those tricks right now, but I just want you to remember that when artists have that feeling like you can go into an artwork, they are using space. Okay? So Last one, we're going to do a quick little illusion in our paper to give us a feeling of space. So you'll need a horizon line, so just draw a line here across your page, put a little dot on it, and then draw 2 diagonal lines that touch that dot. Now if I put some dots on here, it's going to create the illusion of a road, okay, going back into space. To help with that illusion that that's a road, I can draw some trees on the side. Now, my tree closest to me will be biggest. And as I go farther back, I'm going to make sure my trees look like they're getting smaller. So that's going to help with the illusion that there's a space in this picture, okay? So you could put some mountains back here. Okay. So those are our 6 elements of art. When you're done with this, you're gonna take a picture of it. Remember, you want that credit for completion. So my suggestion is probably to open it up, take a photo of all your drawings that you've just done and send it to me. Remember, drop it in that little blue button to turn in artwork button on Canvas. That way I can for sure give you credit for doing this project, and you guys will for sure pass art. So the other thing that I'm looking for when you guys turn these in is I'm looking for those excellent students who go above and beyond so I can give them an E in my class. So make sure you drop this project into the Dropbox, guys, and I look forward to seeing you next week, okay? We'll talk to you then.